Hey warriors, stop looking at your bank account for a second. Stop looking at your clothes, your car, or the size of your apartment. Because if you think you are poor just because you have zero in the bank, you have already lost the war. You have swallowed the lie. The world has convinced you that poverty is a math problem. They tell you it's about numbers, assets, and GDP. But Machiavelli knew the brutal truth 5 centuries ago, and I am going to tell it to you now. Poverty is not a lack of money, it is a lack of mind. There are men in this world with millions of dollars who act like slaves. They tremble at other people's opinions. They chase validation like starving dogs. They let their emotions hijack their decisions. They are rich, but they are peasants in spirit. And then there are men with empty pockets who walk into a room and the atmosphere shifts. They don't beg. They don't explain. They move with the cold, silent authority of a king in exile. They know that the money is just a matter of time because they already possess the source of all wealth, control. Which one are you? The system is designed to keep you in mental poverty. It trains you to be a victim. It trains you to say, I can't. It trains you to wait for permission, to wait for a savior, to wait for fairness. It wants you to believe that your destiny is written by external forces, by the economy, by your boss, by your family history. That belief is the chains. That belief is the slavery. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote, "It is necessary to be a fox to discover the snares and a lion to terrify the wolves." But you've been trained to be the sheep. You've been trained to be grateful for the grass while the wolves eat the meat. Today, we break that. We are going to deconstruct the slave mindset that keeps you small, and we are going to rebuild your mind using Machiavellian psychology. We are going to install the operating system of a ruler. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about becoming the kind of person who commands wealth, respect, and destiny because their mind is untouchable. You have been living in a mental cage. Today, we rip the door off. If you are ready to stop begging and start commanding, stay until the very last second. We are about to change the way you see reality. Now, before we begin, assert your control. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I own my mind. Part 1. The Poverty Virus, Killing the Slave Mindset. Let's define the enemy clearly. You are not broke because you lack resources. You are broke because you think like a servant. The slave mindset is a mental virus. It starts with a simple, poisonous belief. I am at the mercy of the world. When you carry this virus, you move through life apologizing. You apologize for taking up space. You apologize for your ambition. You shrink when someone speaks loudly. You lower your eyes when you should be staring straight through them. The poor mind interprets every rejection as proof that they aren't good enough. The Machiavellian mind interprets rejection as proof that the strategy needs adjustment. Do you see the difference? One is personal, the other is tactical. The slave mindset waits for fairness. It believes that if you just work hard, keep your head down, and be a nice person, the universe will reward you. That is the greatest lie ever sold to the working class. The world does not reward those who keep their heads down. It walks over them. The world rewards those who lift their heads, look the system in the eye, and demand their place. Machiavelli observed that people do not pity the weak, they despise them. It is a harsh law of nature. When you act powerless, people instinctively want to crush you. Weakness attracts predators like blood attracts sharks. So how do you break it? You must kill the part of you that craves pity. Stop telling people your sad story. Stop bonding with friends over how hard life is. Stop blaming your parents, the government, or the economy. Every time you complain, you are reinforcing your own slavery. You are telling your subconscious, I am a victim. I have no power. And your subconscious listens. It will sabotage you to keep you aligned with that identity. From this moment, you must adopt the mindset of the sovereign. Even if you are sleeping on the floor, you must wake up with the energy of a man who owns the building. A sovereign doesn't have problems. He has challenges to conquer. A sovereign doesn't have enemies. He has worthy opponents to sharpen his blade against. Why? Because perception leads reality. If you view yourself as a king who is temporarily embarrassed, your posture changes, your tone changes, your tolerance for disrespect disappears, and when your energy shifts, the world starts treating you differently. Poverty is an infection of the will. Cure the will, and the reality follows. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am a king in waiting. Part 2. Emotional sovereignty. Rule your inner kingdom. If you cannot control your emotions, you have no business trying to control your destiny. A mind that reacts is a mind that is enslaved. Look at the masses. Look at the average person. They are puppets. The news pulls a string and they get angry. Social media pulls a string and they get anxious. A rude comment pulls a string and they get defensive. They have no internal sovereignty. Their inner kingdom is constantly invaded by foreign armies of fear, lust, and rage. To take full control of your destiny, you must establish a dictatorship over your own emotions. This doesn't mean you become a robot. It doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you don't let feelings sit on the throne. Machiavelli advised leaders to be cool, calculated, and to use emotions as tools rather than be used by them. He knew that an emotional leader is a vulnerable leader. When you feel anger rising, you don't shout. You observe it. You ask, does expressing this anger serve my strategic purpose right now? If the answer is no, you suffocate the expression and channel the energy into planning. When you feel fear, you don't freeze. You analyze it. You ask, is this a warning of danger, or is this just my ego afraid of growth? This is the trait that makes you unreadable, and in the game of power, being unreadable is the ultimate defense. Imagine a negotiation. One man is sweaty, talking fast, getting upset when the numbers aren't right. He is leaking information through his emotions. The other man is leaning back, silent, unbothered. His face is a mask. Who holds the power? The calm one, always. Calmness is not just a lack of stress. It is a weapon. It signals to the world that you are bigger than the situation. It signals that you have options. It signals that you are not afraid to walk away. And the man who is willing to walk away holds all the leverage. You must practice this every day. When chaos erupts at work, force your body to be still. Slow your breathing. Lower your voice. Stare directly at the problem. Do not flinch. This practice of holding the frame breaks the will of those who try to rattle you. Rule your mind, or the world will rule it for you. There is no middle ground. You are either the master or the servant of your own soul. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I rule my reactions. Part 3. Detach from approval. Validation is for peasants. Here is the quickest way to spot a poor mind. Watch how much they care about what others think. The poor mind is addicted to approval. It treats the opinions of others like currency. If someone compliments them, they feel rich. If someone insults them, they go bankrupt. They are emotionally volatile, swinging up and down based on the words of people who don't even matter. This need for approval is a trap. It makes you malleable. It makes you easy to manipulate. If I know you crave my validation, I own you. I can withhold it to make you work harder. I can give you crumbs to keep you loyal. I can steer you anywhere I want just by raising an eyebrow. Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." Let's translate that for modern life. Feared doesn't mean being a tyrant. It means being respected. It means having standards. Loved often just means being a doormat. It means being nice so that people won't reject you. To become mentally wealthy, you must detach from the need to be liked. You must become comfortable with being misunderstood. In fact, you should welcome it. If everyone understands you, if everyone agrees with you, you are probably playing too small. You are blending in. And blending in is for the background characters, not the main character. A king does not ask the peasants if his crown looks good. He wears it. When you stop trying to impress people, you become dangerous. You stop leaking energy. You stop over-explaining your choices. You stop trying to justify your dreams to people who can't see past next week. Silence the noise. Your self-worth must be a fortress with the gates locked. Nothing enters without your permission. No insult can hurt you if you don't value the opinion of the teaser. No rejection can break you if you don't need their acceptance. This level of detachment is the ultimate luxury. It allows you to move through the world with a lightness that heavy, burdened minds can't understand. You become free. And freedom is the ultimate wealth. Stop auditing for friends and start auditing for respect. The moment you stop begging to be seen is the moment the world finally sees you. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I validate myself. Part 4. Turn pain into capital, the alchemy of power. Most people waste their suffering. Something bad happens, a breakup, a firing, a betrayal, a loss. And what do? They collapse. They spend months or years drowning in the emotion of it. They ask, why did this happen to me? They play the victim card. They let the pain rot them from the inside out. That is a waste of high-octane fuel. A Machiavellian mind understands that pain is energy, pain is data, pain is capital. When life cuts you, you don't cry. You bleed, but you collect the blood and use it to paint your war banner. Every betrayal teaches you how to read people better. Every failure shows you a flaw in your strategy. Every moment of disrespect shows you where your boundaries were too weak. You must learn the art of transmutation. This is the ability to take the raw, ugly energy of trauma and convert it into discipline. You're angry. Good. Anger is a potent fuel. Use that anger to wake up at 4 a.m. and build your business while your enemies sleep. Use it to push the weights in the gym until your muscles scream. You're heartbroken? Good. Use that emptiness to detach from distraction. Focus entirely on your physical and mental reconstruction. Become so successful that your past looks like a joke. You're humiliated. Good. Let that shame burn the weakness out of your soul until you swear to never be in that position again. The person who can turn pain into power is untouchable, because what can the world do to you? If it hurts you, you get stronger. If it blocks you, you get smarter. If it tries to destroy you, you rebuild yourself into something harder. Machiavelli said, "Fortune is the arbiter of one half of our actions, but she leaves us to direct the other half." Fortune may bring the storm, but you decide if the storm drowns you or waters your seeds. Stop acting like a wounded animal. Stop looking for sympathy. Sympathy is useless. It doesn't pay the rent. It doesn't build the empire. Act like a strategist. Analyze the blow. Adjust the armor and strike back with massive success. The best revenge is not noise. It is silence and undeniable progress. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Pain is my fuel. Part 5. The Theatre of Authority. Act like a king. Machiavelli wrote extensively about the power of appearance. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. You might be broke right now. You might be struggling, but you must never, ever look like it. This is not about buying fake Gucci or renting cars you can't afford. That is vanity, and vanity is weakness. This is about composure. This is about posture. This is about behavior. The poverty mindset slouches. It speaks quickly, afraid of being interrupted. It fidgets. It laughs too loud at bad jokes to please the crowd. It creates an air of desperation. It smells like neediness. The king mindset takes up space. It moves slowly because it has nowhere to rush. It speaks with pauses because it knows people will wait. It maintains eye contact because it is not hiding anything. It listens more than it talks. You must treat yourself with the highest level of respect before anyone else will. You must carry yourself as if you have an army waiting outside. This is a psychological hack. It is called embodied cognition. When you act with authority, your brain begins to produce the neurochemistry of a leader. You actually become sharper, more confident, more daring. And the world is simple. It sees a king, and it bows. It sees a beggar, and it kicks. Don't show your wounds to the public. Don't broadcast your insecurities. Don't tweet about your anxiety. Keep your struggles private and your victories vague. Let people wonder how you do it. Let them speculate. Mystery creates power. When you walk into a room, assume you belong there. Assume you are the prize. Assume that you are equal to the highest person in the hierarchy. This assumption changes the dynamic. It forces people to level up to meet you. If you treat yourself like a discount, the world will not pay full price. Raise your internal value, and the external reality will shift to match it. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I command respect. Part 6. Ruthless focus, the subtractive mind. Poverty is often just a result of scattered energy. The slave mind is distracted. It wants to do everything, watch everything, consume everything. It starts 10 projects and finishes none. It creates noise. It is addicted to stimulation, TikTok, news, gossip, drama. The master mind is a laser. It is subtractive. It removes everything that does not serve the mission. To take control of your destiny, you must become ruthless with your attention. Your focus is your sword. If you are dull, you can't cut through the chains. If you are sharp, you can sever any obstacle. Machiavelli knew that a prince who tries to be everywhere loses his kingdom. You must choose your battlefield. What is the one thing that will change your life? Is it a skill, a business, a body transformation? Find it, then attack it with obsessive violence. Cut out the friends who drain you. Cut out the media that dumbs you down. Cut out the habits that make you weak. This is the concept of strategic sacrifice. You sacrifice the trivial many for the vital few. You have to be willing to be boring to others. While they are out drinking, you are building. While they are scrolling, you are studying. While they are gossiping, you are planning. This level of discipline scares average people. They will call you obsessed. They will call you a workaholic. They will say you need balance. Smile and ignore them. Balance is for people who want to stay average. You are not here for balance. You are here for dominance. You are here to change your bloodline. Focus allows you to condense decades into years. It allows you to outpace people who are smarter than you but more distracted. The sharpest mind wins. Sharpen yours every single day by saying no to the noise. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Focus creates fortune. Part 7. Strategic aggression. Fortune favors the bold. Finally, you must break the habit of hesitation. The poor mind waits. It waits for the right time. It waits to feel ready. It waits for permission. It waits for the stars to align. Machiavelli said, "Fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under it, is necessary to beat and ill-use her. And it is seen that she allows herself to be mastered by the adventurous rather than by those who go to work more coldly." Translation: the world yields to aggression, not physical violence, aggression of spirit, boldness, initiative, action. The universe does not help those who wait. It helps those who move. When you hesitate, you signal fear. You signal doubt. And seeing that doubt, obstacles multiply. The gap between thought and action is where the slave mind lives. When you move with boldness, obstacles dissolve. People move out of the way of a moving train. You must stop analyzing and start executing. You will never have all the information. You will never be fully ready. Act anyway. Launch the business. Send the email. Approach the person. Make the demand. If you fail, good. Now you have data. Adjust and strike again. The slave mind fears failure more than it desires freedom. The king mind knows that failure is just the cost of entry to the throne room. It is tuition. You have to be willing to look stupid for a while to look like a genius forever. You have to be willing to take risks that make your stomach turn. Safety is the cage. Risk is the key. Stop playing it safe. Stop playing small. Stop apologizing for your ambition. The world is yours to take, but it will not be given to you. You have to reach out, grab it by the throat, and demand your destiny. Conclusion: the contract with yourself. So, warriors, look at where you are. Look at the life you have accepted until now. Is it enough? Or do you feel that fire in your gut telling you that you were meant for more? You know the answer. Poverty is not your destiny. Mediocrity is not your home. You were built for power. But power is not a gift. It is a decision. It is a decision to wake up, to break the mental chains, to master your emotions, to detach from the opinions of sheep, to turn your pain into a weapon, to act with the authority of a king. The door is open, the throne is empty, but you have to walk the path. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Change your posture, sharpen your gaze, lock your mind, stop speaking the language of a slave and start speaking the language of a ruler. Let the world play its games. You are no longer a piece on the board, you are the player. If this message woke up the warrior inside you, show it. Like this video to mark the start of your reign. Share this with someone who needs to break their chains. Subscribe, because we are building an army of the untouchable and I want you on the front lines. Drop this final affirmation in the comments and seal your fate. I am the master of my destiny. Go, build, rule.